Everybody always says they might move to Seattle, but the truth is nobody really knows what it's like to live here until they actually get here. In today's video, we're going to talk about a lot of things, but it's going to give you a really good idea of the day-to-day of what it's like to live here. So the food, the culture, the neighborhoods, all of that stuff. And in the first 5 minutes of this video, you'll know if Seattle's the right move for you, so stay tuned. You already know about the Space Needle and Pike Place Market and Amazon, and obviously it rains here a lot. But there are things about Seattle that will make or break a potential move here, and I'm gonna go through all those. It could be the traffic, or how different the neighborhoods are, or the food scene, or the outdoors. But I grew up here. I've lived here my entire life, and we help people relocate here every single week. So we're gonna go through the details and help you answer all your questions. Seattle has just over 800,000 people and is the largest city in the Pacific Northwest. There's so many great companies around here, people are moving here, it's got the energy around here, and the people that stay here and live here absolutely love it. Now physically, it's a little bit different. It's on this little piece of land between the Puget Sound and Lake Washington, and on a clear day like today, it's awesome. So you've got the Cascades, the Olympic Mountains, Mount Rainier, Lake Washington, the Puget Sound. I'm gonna go on and on and on about how beautiful it is. And even somebody who's lived here, I moved here in 1984, the beauty, the flowers, the lakes, the sound, it never gets old. The part that people don't get until they actually move here is that the outdoors are a part of your life. I mean, I have a friend, literally 12 months out of the year, she'll wake up every single morning and go water skiing. It doesn't matter if it's hot or if it's cold. She gets on the lake because that's part of her lifestyle. There are over 500 parks in the Seattle area. So it doesn't matter what you're doing. Like, look at all these people. I know we're on a college campus right now, but this is the normal part of every single day life. So most people that live in Seattle actually work in Seattle too, but not everybody does this. So if you work in Bellevue, it's only 15 minutes. If you work in Redmond or Microsoft, it's 20 minutes. And on the nice days in the summer, if you want to go to Snoqualmie Falls or skiing in the winter, it's about 45 minutes to the mountains. If you're moving here for work or your partner is, jobs matter a lot in this community. So I'm sitting here right in front of the Amazon Spheres, which is this awesome kind of, we've got like 40,000 plants in there. It's this alternative workplace for Amazon employees. It's really, really cool. And the rest of the job market is really pretty incredible. Besides Amazon, what surprises a lot of people are how many awesome other companies are here. There's a ton of Fortune 500 companies in the area, includes Starbucks and Nordstrom and Costco and Alaska Airlines and Boeing and Expedia. Plus you've got REI and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and Tableau. And then they've got satellite offices for Google, Meta, and Apple, but it doesn't really feel like satellite when there's so many employees here. The practical choice, if you work in Seattle, you should live in Seattle. So for example, if you work downtown, you might want to live in a condo in South Lake Union or a home in Capitol Hill or Belltown or somewhere downtown, because the neighborhood really matters. And if you are close enough, you can just walk right to work. So one of the most important things that people always ask me are what the neighborhood's like, where should I live? I'm gonna put them in a few different buckets for you. The first bucket will be kind of this downtown or urban core. Second bucket will be like the classic Seattle old neighborhoods. Then the third bucket will be kind of that walkable, young, culture, hip neighborhoods. Then we'll talk about family city side. Then we'll talk about living on the lake. If you want to live in the middle of everything, you're looking downtown, Belltown, South Lake Union, think Pike Place Market, the waterfront, museums, restaurants, high rises, Belltown. It's really condo heavy, walkable with great nightlife. South Lake Union went from like warehouses to the heart of the tech scene 20 years ago because of Amazon, of course, Google, Meta, biotech, they're all around the lake. Most of what you can buy here are condos because you're kind of like the downtown living, generally starting at around $500,000 and going up if you're looking at a one-bedroom condo. But if you want views, you can get those. They start at probably $800,000 and way up from there. If you're trading that more suburban field for the ability to walk out your front door and in the city, this is perfect for you. My second bucket is the classic Seattle. I'm talking Queen Anne, Magnolia, Ballard, and Fremont kind of goes into different buckets here. But Queen Anne has got the best view, in my opinion, of the whole city. It's got Cary Park, and it's kind of divided into the upper and lower versions. The upper versions has single family homes. The lower versions are closer to Seattle Center and downtown and walkable. It's not cheap, but more condos and that type of thing. Then you've got Magnolia. We're talking Discovery Park, that village feel. and it's expensive. Magnolia is that you're in the city, but you're not in the city feel. It's amazing. Then you've got Ballard, which is that maritime feel. You've got the Ballard Locks, you've got Golden Gardens. You kind of got that stroller hipster type feel. And starting in Ballard, you can get a home for about $900,000 and up. Then you've got Fremont. It's really Seattle being its most Seattle. You've got the Troll there, you got the tech, it's very artsy, and you can get into Fremont for about $800,000. Then you've got Bucket Sea, which is the cool, young, hipster feel. Fremont kind of overlaps into that a little bit, but we're talking Capitol Hill, South Lake Union. Capitol Hill is probably the most walkable neighborhood in all of Seattle. It's got food, it's got nightlife, it's got condos, it's got townhouses, it's got old mansions. It's really got almost everything for anybody. Then you've got Bucket D. This is the family city side. We're talking Green Lake and Northeast Seattle. Northeast Seattle is where a ton of our serious buyers actually land. And it's weirdly undercovered in most videos, and I don't even know why. You've got Laurelhurst and Windermere, which are on Lake Washington, basically, with views, and you're talking about $2 million up. They've got private beach clubs, and it's a really tight University of Washington Children's Hospital neighborhood. Just inland, you've got View Ridge, Ravenna, Bryant, and Wedgwood. They have a little bit bigger lots, and it's a great starting point, a great neighborhood feel, great parks, strong schools, and it's really easy access to I-5 or 520. If you want to be in Seattle and you're thinking about the school system with real neighborhood character and easier commutes than almost anywhere else, especially if you're talking about Ballard or West Seattle, Northeast Seattle and Green Lake is very underrated. Okay, then we've got Bucket E. God, we've got a lot of buckets. We're talking West Seattle and Alki. It feels like its own town. Connected by a bridge is its center of gravity, and it goes straight into Alki Beach. Alki Beach is a sandy, mile-long waterfront with fire pits and downtown skyline views. It's absolutely incredible. Families move here and rarely ever leave. I have friends that have lived here for 20 or 30 years. The medium home prices start in the low 800s, and you'll see a lot of single-family homes and townhomes, but you'll get more space per dollar than most of the other neighborhoods that we've talked about. The trade-off, though, and it caused a traffic bottleneck from all over the city. So if you're not from the area and you've never experienced West Seattle or the bridge, it literally closed down for 2 years and caused congestion everywhere. I'm not saying it's going to happen again, but if you choose to live in West Seattle, just knows the pros and cons and know what the bridge can do to you. Then we've got Bucket F, the waterfront, Madrona and Madison Park. It is such a cool little area. It's walkable, it's beautiful. You've got really, really expensive homes, and it's very private, it's very secluded. So if you're thinking waterfront and you've got the budget, and we're talking $2, $3, $4 million, Madrona, Madison Park is something to explore. Okay, if you're still here, that means you're pretty serious about learning more about Seattle or moving here, and I love that. We just talked about neighborhoods, and now we need to talk about two important things that are really misunderstood and things that people wish they knew before they got out here. So if you have kids or you commute, it's time to talk about schools and the traffic. Let's go. Schools. Now, schools are probably the number one thing people ask me before they move to Seattle. Now, Seattle schools are very unique. One of the things that people love the most about Seattle schools is its diversity, and that's a huge plus in Seattle. Now, let's talk about the big three public schools, because that's what people really, really want to know. It's Roosevelt, Lincoln, and Garfield, and they're all different for a lot of different reasons, but people love them, and those are the big three private schools in the area. And my favorite... What's up? Oh, dude, I was hoping I was going to run into you. Here? This is my son, Ty. He goes to school here. So we're actually on the University of Washington campus. So I was just talking about public schools, but I haven't gotten to private schools yet. Do you have any friends that went to private schools around here?
Yeah, I have a couple. O'Day is a great school, really good at sports in the area. And then one of my best friends, Dag, went to Seattle Prep, and he's actually student body president here.
Oh, dude, I love Dag Maui. Awesome.
He's awesome. I gotta go. I gotta go to class.
Love you, bud.
Love you too.
Dude, that was awesome. That was so random. I'm so glad I ran into him. But what I want to get through to you is that boundaries in the areas that you live are so important. So if you're going to move out here, before you find the house that you love, know what school district you really want to be in, because that definitely really, really matters. But here's one caveat. If you absolutely want to be in the number one school district in the area, what a lot of people do as your kids get older is they drive across the lake to the east side, to Bellevue, Kirkland, or Redmond. Seattle schools are great, and I'm glad Ty was here because he talked about the private schools. But if you want to be in the number one school district, a lot of people move to the east side. Traffic is the one thing that blindsides almost everybody when they move here. They think, it's Seattle, it's not California, it's not the Bay Area. Traffic around here is terrible. And I'm just telling you the 100% truth. There are three main ways to get around here on the big scale. You've got the I-5, I'm pointing it because it's right across from us. It's kind of the main spine of everything. And then you got two ways to get across the bridge. So if you're coming from the east side, Bellevue or Kirkland, in or out of the city, you've got 520 bridge and you've got I-90 bridge. And the 520 bridge used to be as packed as can be, but they put a toll on it. So it costs money, $4 or $5 each way. So it's more expensive to get across the lake, but it's an easier way to go now. Then you've got I-90. So if you live in Issaquah or Bellevue or Mercer Island and you commute into Seattle, you're gonna take I-90, which can have a lot of traffic, but it runs you right to downtown where all the stadiums are, where the Seahawks play and the Mariners play. So just make sure that if you're commuting into Seattle for work, or you're commuting from Seattle into the east side, that you really pay attention. And I say this in all the videos, do it on a Tuesday morning at 8 o'clock. Do it on a Tuesday afternoon at 5 o'clock. Make sure you understand the traffic patterns because it really matters. Right now, the average home prices in Seattle is in the mid 800,000 range. But let's dig a little deeper. But the range can vary a ton because citywide, the numbers vary across the board. On the high end, you've got Laurelhurst and Windermere that are around $2 million or more. Magnolia, Madrona, Madison Park, and Green Lake all hover about $1.2 million to $1.5 million. Queen Anne sits around $1 million on average, while condos on Lower Queen Anne are a little bit more affordable, around $600,000 or $700,000. Neighborhoods like Ballard, West Seattle, Fremont, and Capitol Hill generally run from the mid 700s to the mid 800s. And downtown, Belltown, South Lake Union, condos give you entry points around $500,000. Citywide homes are taking roughly a month to sell compared to about a week and a half 2 years ago. And on the east side, it's taking a lot longer. Right now, Seattle homes still sell over list price, and in certain neighborhoods, you're even seeing homes sell for $100,000 or $200,000 over their price, while other areas are a lot quieter. It's not the insanity of 2021, but you do see a lot of competition in the hotter pockets. The reason why most people move to Seattle for a job but never leave is because the quality of life. It's an outdoor city in like every single way. You can go paddleboarding on Lake Washington or Lake Union after work, hiking on a Sunday, walking to Burke Gilliam Trail after lunch, sitting at a fire pit on Alki with the skyline lit up right in front of you. This is not a vacation. It's just the way life is every single day. And if you can imagine that, moving here is an awesome place to be. It's also a foodie city, and every neighborhood is a little bit different. Pike Place Market has been a working market since 1907. There are people who have been going to the same spot in Ballard Avenue for over 20 years. Every neighborhood has a morning crew run or a workout crew. It's got a coffee shop, a farmer's market, and 6 months after moving here, our clients always come and tell us, I'm never leaving or going anywhere else. So if the jobs, the schools, the community, yes, even the traffic work for you and your family, you should definitely explore moving to Seattle. Again, if you have any questions, I'm always here for you. Just reach out to me anytime. See you next time.